Good morning to all of you. Anyone new for today's class? So yesterday we covered the basic topic related to as a part of demo only. So we covered the topic related to number system. So in number system we covered some of the important sub concepts like units digit concept and some of the basic properties of the numbers related to the divisibility conditions. And the third one is the units digit concept, and next one is the factorial concept. Hope everyone understood. Yes, Harshavardhan, I think today is the first class for you.
Yes, sir.
So if you are not getting any point, please ask me. Don't be hesitate. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So write down one more important topic and basic topic related to the quantitative aptitude, ratios and proportions. Ratios and proportions. What exactly the meaning of ratio and what exactly the meaning of the proportion? Here we have to cover. So here A is the first number, B is the second number. A is the first number and B is the second number. Whenever we need to provide, whenever A is the first number and B is the second number, whenever we need to provide the relation between two numbers of the form A by B, we say that it is called ratio. It can be written as A is to B. Here total two terms are there. This is the first term and this is the second term. So whenever two terms are there in a ratio, the first term of the ratio is called antecedent. What is that? The first term of the ratio is called antecedent and the second term of the ratio is called consequent. And the second term of the ratio is called what? Consequent. So total two terms are in a ratio. The first term of the ratio is called antecedent and the second term of the ratio is called consequent. Understood all of you? Clear? So here A is to B is the first ratio, C is to D is the second ratio. A is to B is the first ratio and C is to D is the second ratio. Whenever two ratios are equal, we say that they are in proportion. These two are different ratios. Whenever two ratios are equal, we say that they are in proportion. So here A is the first quantity, B is the second quantity, C is the third quantity, and D is the fourth quantity. So whenever there are four quantities in two ratios, they are in proportion. Whenever they are in proportion, A and D are called extreme terms. A and D are called what? Extreme terms. B comma C are called mean terms. B comma C are called what? Mean terms. Here A and D are called extreme terms and B comma C are called mean terms. So whenever they are in proportion, one of the most important formula you can remember, the product of the mean terms is equal to the product of the extreme terms. The product of mean terms is equal to the product of the extreme terms. Then the product of mean terms is equal to the product of extreme terms. The product of mean terms is equal to the product of extreme terms. Mean terms are B and C. The product nothing but B into C is equal to A into D. B into C is equal to A into D. Whenever it is B into C is equal to A into D, that is the formula for the proportion. And next one is sometimes they give the values of A comma B comma C you have to find the fourth value. You have to find the fourth value. That is not the sequence. That is not the series. Get it, all of you? That is, we have to say fourth proportion or fourth quantity. Whenever we have to say it is a fourth proportion or fourth quantity, here first number, second number, and third number is given. By using three numbers, how can we find the fourth number or fourth quantity? From the given formula, BC is equal to AD. Whenever they given A, B, C, is it possible to find the D value? D is equal to BC by A. Yes. So D is nothing but fourth proportion. D is equal to BC by A is nothing but fourth proportion. How can we get the fourth proportion value? It can be written as A is to B is equal to C is to D. Whenever two ratios are equal, we know the condition that the product of the mean terms is equal to product of the extreme terms. Next one. Whenever they given the value of A, B, how can we find the third value? How can we find the C? There is no D. How can we find it, ma'am? So it can be written as A is to B is equal to B is to C. Please observe, A is to B, B is to C, C is to D. That is in continuous proportion. But previously, A is to B, C is to D. That is not in continuous proportion. Whether they are in continuous proportion, whether they are not in continuous proportion, if two ratios are equal, the product of the mean terms is equal to the product of the extreme terms. Here, the mean terms are nothing but B and B, and extreme terms are A and C. B square is equal to AC. C is equal to B square by A. B square by A. That is called third proportion. So yesterday, through metal, one company recruitment completed, ma. So in that they asked the question, find the fourth proportion of 0.08 like that. Okay. Next one, third proportion. Sometimes if they give A value, you have to find the middle value, and if they give the B value, it means that you have to find the middle proportion between A, B. It is not the average. Okay. So how can we find it? How can we find it, ma'am? Let us assume X is the required value. It can be written as A is to X is equal to X is to B. That is in continuous proportion. So X into X is equal to AB. X is equal to root AB. X square is equal to AB. X is equal to root AB. That is called mean proportion or second proportion. Mean proportion or second proportion. Hope all of you understood, ma'am. Clear? Write down. Write down. Whenever we need to provide the relation, whenever we need to provide the relation between two numbers, of the form, between two numbers of the form between two numbers of the form of the form A by B is called ratio. Is called ratio. It can be written as A is to B. The first term of the ratio is called antecedent, and the second term of the ratio is called consequent. The first term of the ratio is called antecedent and the second term of the ratio is called consequent. Okay. Write down. Whenever two ratios are equal, we say that whenever two ratios are equal, we say that they are in proportion. They are in proportion. Whenever they are in proportion, the product of mean terms is equal to the product of mean terms is equal to the product of mean terms is equal to the product of extreme terms. The product of mean terms is equal to the product of extreme terms. That is A comma D are called extreme terms. A comma D are called extreme terms. A comma D are called extreme terms. B comma C are called mean terms. That is BC is equal to AD. BC is equal to AD. Then BC is equal to AD. Okay. Write down. Note. Write a note. The fourth proportion of A comma B comma C is the fourth proportion of A comma B comma C is D is equal to BC by A. D is equal to BC by A. Second point, the third proportion of A comma B is C is equal to B square by A. That is the third proportion. If you want to get how to get B square by A, if you want to need that information, just note down A is to B is equal to B is to C. They are in continuous proportion. Then B square is equal to AC, like that. You can note down more. Otherwise, not required in exam point of view. Just you have to remember what is the third proportion, B square by A. And last one, the mean proportion of A comma B is the mean proportion of A comma B is root AB. Root AB. Okay. So shall I move for examples? So first of all, write down the direct examples for formula oriented. Then we have to go for the indirect examples. Arsha, understood? Write down. Find the mean proportion of find the mean proportion of 0.04 comma 0.16. Find the mean proportion of 0.04 comma 0.16. So mean proportion formula is what? It is not the correct answer, Adarsh. Find the mean proportion of A comma B is root AB nena. So here A value is nothing but 0.04 and B value is nothing but 0.16. So root 0.04 into 0.16. 0.04 means 4 by 100. 0.16 means 16 by 100. So 4 into 16, 64 under the root. Nothing but 8 by 10,000 under the root, nothing but 100. So 0.08 है ना. Good morning, Anupam. 0.08. If the given values are in terms of decimal values, you have to give the answer in terms of decimal only. Next one. Yeah, Animesh. The given value 0.08 and 0.04 and 0.16 are decimal values na. Better to give your answer 2 by 25 in terms of decimal only. 2 by 25 or 0.08 both are same. Okay. Next one. Find the fourth proportion of 3, 15 and 27 is 3, 15 and 27 is so what is the value of the fourth proportion of A, B, C? A value 3, B value 15, C value 27. D is equal to BC by A. 15 into 27 by A. Do it fast. 3 9s are 27. So 15 9s are is 135. Three 9s are. Go with your own calculation. So 15 9s are is 135. Next one. If A is to B is equal to 5 is to 9, A is to B is equal to 5 is to 9, B is to C is equal to 4 is to 7, B is to C is equal to 4 is to 7, then A is to B is to C is equal to then A is to B is to C is equal to so listen all of you must the screen. Everyone, please see the screen while listening my voice also. Here B corresponding value. Here the B corresponding value is 9. Okay. Here it is not indicating that 9. It is a 9 multiple. Here B corresponding value is a 4 multiple. For single variable, in one statement multiple of 9, in another statement multiple of 4. Is it possible every time? Yes, it is possible, but you have to take a common multiple between 9 comma 4. You have to take a common multiple between 9 comma 4 for the same variable. How can we get a common multiple of 9 comma 4? Here you have to multiply with 4. Here you have to multiply with 9. Then you may get 9 4 jar and 4 9 jar. Same hai na? For the same variable in place of 4 and 9, you may get the same values. Write down. Write down. So 5 4s are 20, 5 9 9 4s are 36. And B is to C 4 is to 7, If we multiply with 9, that is effect on both the terms. 9 4s are 36, 9 7s are 63. So please observe, ma. Okay. So here A value 20, there is no doubt. And B value is 36. In both the statements, it's common. C value 63. It means that A is to B is to C is equal to 20, 36, 63. So whenever they give the two ratios, it is easy to find A is to B is to C by using this method. Okay, next one. Okay, so here three ratios are given: A is to B, B is to C, and C is to D. What will we do? At the beginning, by using first two ratios, is it possible to get the value of A is to B is to C? There are multiple ways to approach the problem. Go with your own method, no issue. Okay, so from my point of view, we know how to find the value of A is to B is to C from these two ratios. Do it fast. Here multiple of 3 B value, here multiple of 4 B value. In place of that, you need to get the common value between 3 and 4 is into 4 into 3. It's better. So 8 is to 12. Here ma 4 3 is 12 is to 15. So A is to B is to C. Do it fast. Okay. So what is the A value? 8 is to 12 is to 8 is to 12 is to 15. Once if we get the A is to B is to C is equal to 8 is to 12 is to 15. Now C value is a multiple of 6 and C value is a multiple of 15. To get a common multiple between 6 and 15, you have to multiply with 6 here. Here you have to multiply with 15 here. If you multiply with 15 here, what is the new value? 8 6 are 48, 12 6 are 72, 15 6 are 90. Similarly, 6 15 are 90 and 7 15 are 105. So 48, 72, C value 90 and D value is 105. It is not 11.2, Anupam. Okay. So what is the final answer? 48, 72, 90, 105. I hope understood this method, everyone. 48, 72, 90, 105. Okay. So 48, 72, 90, 105 means all are multiples of 3 nena. Say yes or no? 316 jar, 324 jar, 330 jar, 335. Next one. Next one. So if you want to get the value directly, so why should you have to go for multiply with 4, multiply with 9 like that? If you want to go with the calculation directly, this is the another way. A by B and B by C given. Clear. There are two numerators. There are two numerators. So you have to find the value of A is to B is to C. So to find the value of A is to B is to C, directly you may get the value like the product of the numerators A into B, whatever the numerators are there. If there are only two, A into B. If there are three, A into B into C, like that. A into B is the A value and one numerator and one denominator BB. B square is the B value and two denominators BC is the C value. Okay. So previously, what is the example they given? A by B is equal to 5 by 9. B by C is equal to 4 by 7. No need to multiply with into 4 or into 9. 5 4s are 20. 9 4s are 36. 9 7 are 63. Two numerators, one denominator and the other are numerators, and two are the denominators and the remaining are numerators. If there are no numerators, no problem. You can close the example. If they give 3, A by B, B by C, C by D, then you have to find the value of A is to B is to C is to D. Okay, to find the A value, multiply all the numerators. How many numerators are there? 3 numerators. A, B, C. Next one, A, B, C. Next one, one numerator replacing with the denominator. So B into B into C. Next one, two denominators, B into C into C. And next one, all are denominators, B into C into D. That is about A is to B is to C is to D. Okay. Next one, these are the basics, ma. And for example, if they give, don't write, ma. If they give the total salary or the total income or sum of two numbers and the ratio between 5 is to 3, is it possible to divide? Means let us assume the ratio is 5 is to 3, means the salary of the first person is 5x and the salary of the second person is 3x. The total salary of the first person plus second person is 672. And moreover, whenever they given a ratio 5 is to 3, we need to convert the ratio into the numbers by multiplying with x. So total 8x is nothing but 672. From that, is it possible to go for x value, ma? Yes. So what is the x value? 8 8 are 64 and 8 4 are is 32. 84 is the x value. Whenever 84 is the x value, it is possible to find 5 into 84 and 3 into 84 are the incomes of A and B. So in any topic, whenever they give the ratio, we need to convert the ratio into the numbers by multiplying with x. Clear? Write down. Same model, one more example. The sum of three numbers is 98. Sum of three numbers is 98. The ratio of first two numbers is 2 is to 3. The ratio of first two numbers is 2 is to 3. and that of second and third is 5:8, and that of second and third is 5:8, then find the second number. Then find the second number. Am I clear, all of you? So here 2:3 is the ratio between A is to B, and 5:8 is the ratio between B is to C. Is it possible to find the value of A is to B is to C? First of all, Anupam, what is the value of A is to B is to C? So 2 5s are 10, 3 5s are 15, and 3 8s are 24. We know how to convert the ratio into the numbers 10x, 15x, and 24x. The sum of these three numbers is 98. It means that 10x plus 15x plus 24x, 10x plus 15x plus 24x, the sum of the three numbers a plus b plus c is 98, the given. So 10 plus 15, 25, 25 plus 24, 49, x is equal to 98. From that, x is equal to 2. Once if you get the x value 2, second number is 15x. Second number is not 15, 15x, 15 into 2. Good, ma Sabishta. 15 into 2. 30 is the answer. Okay. Next one. A bag contains 10 paisa, comma, So here 7:4:3 is, hope all of you noted down the question mark. 7:4:3 is the ratio between 7:4:3 is the ratio between 7:4:3 means 7x, 4x, and 3x. 7x, 4x, 3x is the number of coins. 7x, 4x, and 3x is the number of coins. So whenever 7x, 4x, and 3x is the number of coins, 7x is the number of 10 paisa coins, and 4x is the number of 20 paisa coins, and 3x is the number of 25 paisa coins now. Number of 25 paisa coins. So whenever they are number of 25 paisa coins, clear? So 7x into 10 paisa, because we need to find the total amount in terms of rupees. So please understand stepwise calculation clearly. And moreover, for everyone, practice is required. Once that batch is finalized, we will share some practice questions regularly. So 10 into 7x, 20 into 4x, 25 into 3x. It means that the number of coins into the denomination type is equal to the total amount. The total amount is 90 rupees. Better to convert in terms of paisa. 90 into 100, 70x plus 80x plus 75x is equal 9,000. So 70 plus 80, 150 plus 75, 225x is equal to 9,000. Clear all of you? So 225, 40 tile, 9,000. Hope all of you understood now. You have to find the number of 25 paisa coins. If you want to convert the pice into rupee, no need to convert 90. If you take 7x to 4x, are 10 paisa no, so then you have to convert 90 rupees. Otherwise, no need. No. So 10 paisa nothing but 1 by 10 rupee, 25 paisa nothing, 20 paisa nothing but 1 by 5 rupee, 25 paisa nothing but 1 by 4th rupee. If you have to take 7x into 1 by 10, 4x into 1 by 5, 3x into 1 by 4, no need to convert 90 into 100. 90 directly you have to take. Good, Mas Sabishta. Good question. For example, in your pocket there are 4 coins. In your pocket there are 4 coins of 2 rupees. So total how much amount with you? You have the 4 coins of 2 rupees. Total how many? Total how much amount with you? 8 rupees. How can you get 8 rupees? Number of coins 4 into the denomination 2 rupees. Na? Yes, 2 into 4. So whenever it is 2 into 4, 2 is the denomination. Okay, the denomination is 10 paisa. And the number of coins in terms of 4 is equal to 7x. Clear all of you? Next one. Others, it is not 9 into 100, 90 into 100, 90 rupees. Next one, write down. 5783 is divided among, last question mark, 5 minutes. Write down. So 5783 is divided among a group of people, A, comma B, comma C, A, comma B, comma C. Out of that, we don't know what is the share of A, what is the share of B, what is the share of C. Don't think that all are divided equally. But from their original shares, 28 rupees is deducted from the first person, 37 is deducted from the second person, and 18 is deducted from the third person. Then they have the money left with them is in the ratio 4:6:9. Then find the A share. Okay. So write down. Let us assume they have the money in the ratio after deducting 4:6:9, nothing but 4x comma 6x comma 9x. So read the problem clearly. What exactly they given? So tomorrow, are you available to attend the class? Or tomorrow you need holiday? So you tomorrow need holiday, Anupam. So tomorrow there is no class due to on the occasion of Dasara, and day after tomorrow the class timing is as usual. Cleared all of you? A Bengali boy, why you need a holiday? Hope all of you understood, ma. Why the answer 4x plus 28 is the share of A 1228? So 4x is the share of A after deducting 28 rupees. Nothing but if you are adding 28 rupees, that is the original share of A. 6x is the share of B after deducting 37. Before deducting 6x plus 37, 9x plus 18 is the share of C. Yeah, I understood, ma. I understood. So up to that, any doubts? So there are two more models left in ratios and proportions. I will continue tomorrow. Don't worry. Day after tomorrow. Don't worry. So tomorrow there is no class. Day after tomorrow, Saturday again you have the class in same time. Clear? So happy Dasara to everyone. So God bless you with bright future ahead of you. Others, you want last example? This is the last example, ma. So here, for example, in your pocket there are 7 coins. In your pocket there are 7 coins. Ma. There are 3 persons are there. Anupam, Sabishta, and Animesh. Animesh having the 10 paisa coins. Anupam having the 20 paisa coins. Sabishta having 25 paisa coins. Okay. So whenever the number of coins are 7 with Anupam and Animesh only 4 coins and Sabishta 3 coins, the total amount with you is how much, ma? Who are having 10 paisa coins and the number of coins are 7, the total 70 paisa, and who are having the 25 paisa coins with 4 coins 80 paisa, and 25 paisa coins with only number of coins are 375 paisa. The total amount you three together is 70 plus 80 plus 75. The total amount is in terms of 70 paisa plus 80 paisa plus 75 paisa. In terms of paisa or rupee? Pice, but they given 90 rupees. That is the reason we need to convert. Otherwise, no need. Okay. Thank you, Mahadarsh. Anyone? So if anyone completed your graduation in 2019-2021, right now the Cognizant having the requirement for 2021 batch, Capgemini is also having the requirement. So try to apply, and there is no problem with the opportunities right now. The problem is with our preparation. And if anyone BSc and BCA graduates, Wipro is also having the requirement right now who are in final year, BSc or BCA. Thank you all. Happy Dasara to all. All the best.